Okay, welcome and let me start by talking about why we are on Google Meet today. There was a mishap yesterday when we were using the other Zoom Meet. I don't have a paid version, so it doesn't allow more than 40 minutes of meeting. And unlike earlier days, it kind of switched off yesterday. So that's not the problem. The problem is that I don't like somebody else determining how much time I have got. Okay? Whether I'm paying for it or I don't. I don't like that. Besides, people who are part of this program and they are able to come here for a live class at 9 o'clock every morning, there is something about them that is special. We are the wealthiest people in the world because we have the luxury of time. Imagine, there are at least n number of other people who would love to be here today. They are not. Why not? Because they do not have the wealth of time. उनके जीवन में इतनी मजबूरियां हैं कि वो बेचारे मजबूर हैं, वो नहीं आ सकते. तो जिनके पास ये वेल्थ है समय का, वो किसी की भी क्यों सुने. जूम मीट कौन होता है बोलने वाला कि भाई 40 मिनट हो गए, तुम घर जाओ, मेरी मर्जी, मैं जब जाऊंगा. अब गूगल मीट ऐसा नहीं बोलता. गूगल मीट बोलता करते रहो, जितनी मर्जी करो. ऐसा लग रहा है, वी माइट नो द लिमिटेशन समटाइम इन द फ्यूचर, बट we need to have this luxury of time because we guys can afford it, right? So next time you feel somebody else is able to put you down or demean you, remember this. People who are apparently very successful in the world may have sold off their wealth for pennies. Okay? The only problem is people like us who are extremely wealthy, we may not know what to do with our wealth. How much can you indulge? So there's a limitation to that also. So we probably don't know what to do with our wealth. That could be a problem. But we are wealthy is something we need to realize. Alright. So Google Meet, Zindabad, no time limits. We can have longish sessions anytime we want. I posted a couple of requests in the WhatsApp as well as Facebook group. Read them, see how you want to act upon them. You choose your poison. I'm not particular, you have to do a video or send me a mail. Whatever it is, try and think about it and send me a feedback. Alright? Or a feed forward. Okay, that's a new term. Okay, बहुत सारा management पढ़ता हूँ ना. So one of the human behavioral phrases that got changed from feedback to feed forward. Feedback, everybody thinks it's supposed to be critical. Oh, मुझे criticize करना है. No. तारीफ भी कर सकते हो, अच्छी बातें भी बता सकते हो. That will be feed forward. Okay? So feedback, feed forward. But it's important because it will help me bring about necessary changes and improve our exchanges, interactions. Right. So that was what was on top of my mind. I thought I'll share that with you. Of course, if one of you had seen the videos I had uploaded, yesterday's video was quite a anti-climax because वो भ्रमरी प्राणायाम आते आते वो कट गया. And I really didn't want to hang myself trying to rectify this, because this is, I know I will spend the entire day hang myself 20 times, but it won't happen. I mean, it can happen, but come on, it's not worth the effort. So I have let it be. So we will do the Brahmari Pranayam today. We'll have a recording of it, of today's session. Alright? So let us start with the Sankalpa Pranayam Sida. We will do the 4 pranayams of the drill, and then I will talk about something that is part of today's session. Alright? So if you are all ready, okay, I'll give you a countdown of 5, okay, and then you get started. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start. Sankalpa Pranayam 3 बार. शंभो महादेव. शंभो महादेव. शंभो महादेव. Nadi Shodhan 11 times each nostril, and then both nostrils together 22 times. Anulom Vilom with the mantra thrice. Thrice. Bhramari Pranayam 5 times. Somebody had a question yesterday. आप कह रहे हो मुंह मत खोलो, फिर बोल रहे हो लिप्स को बंद रखो, फिर बोल रहे हो मुंह खोल के सांस लो, कैसे हो सकता है? लेट मी क्लैरिफाई. You are not supposed to open your lips. Please keep your lips closed. Teeth should not be touching each other. And yet you can kind of move your jaw up and down, right? You can create more space in your mouth. You can also do this. So that's what I meant. So adjust your jaw in a way that you achieve a resonating noise inside. Yeah? So that's what it meant. How we do it? Okay, there was another mistake which I had made yesterday. I noticed in the video. How that happened, I have no clue. I meant to say 9, I said 3. So there are, let me repeat it so that it gets rectified. There are 9 holes in the body through which consciousness exits. निकास द्वार 9 है. उसके अलावा we have, I don't know, innumerable thousands and thousands and thousands of pores right from the head to the toe, through which the body excretes wastes, toxins, etc., etc. Okay. Consciously, we can use these 9 to either stay within or travel out into our external environment. Okay. Out of the 9, 2 holes are placed in the bottom of the body or towards the lower part of the body, your genitals and your anus. The other 7 are on your head. The other 7 are on your head. I was expecting somebody to join and okay. So the other 7 are on your head, and it is said, it has been found that the moment you close the exit of these 7, your journey automatically, naturally becomes internal. Diversions from the outside world stop bothering you. Your thoughts stop traveling to, in this posture it is very difficult for you to actually think. What is a thought? We will talk about it sometime in the program. But it will arrest your entire consciousness and make it travel within. When used with your breath and the sound of makar, it has healing effects. All the cavities that are connected, your ears are connected to your eyes, your nose, your mouth. Your eyes are connected exactly in the same form. So everything in the face, all the 7 holes are connected to each other. So the sound, after you shut off or controlled most of it or all of it, has a very soothing and healing effect. The vibration helps all the passages, the cavities, to remove the waste, to release the waste which it might have held on to. Okay. So let us do Bhramari Pranayam 5 times. That completes our drill for the day. And we will add one more exercise today. But let us talk about the pranayama classes as such. So what we are doing, this drill business, is abhyasa. To try and learn a skill is a very basic ideology. But to me, it is spending a bit of time forming a relationship with an act that you are involved in. You see, the truth is like balancing a bicycle or balancing your body, and from fours you came up to your twos. Okay? Like balance, like swimming, you really can't teach this skill. The instructions I am giving you, they are not instructions. I am only trying to share with you in words my experience of this act. So these are not instructions, they are just my sharing of experience with you. So nobody can teach you any form of pranayama. They can tell you, okay, this is what we do. You try. And abhyasa simply helps you to try long enough, number of times enough for you to now begin to have a relationship with breathing a particular way. That's all. Nobody can teach you anything more than that. अब आप कितनी गहराई में जाएंगे किसी भी अभ्यास में, वो आपका चॉइस ही रहेगा. Others can only inspire you, but they can't do anything more than that. भाई नदी तट पे बैठे हो, जिसको प्यास लगी है वो पानी पिएगा, जितनी प्यास है उतनी पिएगा. किसी को स्नान करने का मन है तो करेगा, जिसको डूबने का मन है वो डूबेगा. वो आपकी मर्जी. What we are trying to do here, okay, what I am trying to do here is be with you long enough that you discover a relationship with your breath. क्योंकि सच बताऊं तो और कोई रिश्ता है नहीं, होने के लायक नहीं है. बाकी अगर ये रिश्ता नहीं है तो यकीन मान लो बाकी सारे रिश्ते डामाडोल ही रहेंगे. I used to wonder कि यार ये घूम फिर के जितने भी आध्यात्मिक गुरु हैं, ये घूम फिर के योगा क्यों सिखाते हैं? जिसको देखो योगा सिखा रहा है, प्राणायाम सिखा रहा है. वो गीता का पाठ करने वाला भी योगा कराता है, योगा कराने वाला भी योगा कराता है, ध्यान कराने वाला भी योगा कराता है. व्हाट द हेल? व्हाई? दिस वाज मेनी years ago. And today I am teaching my own form of yoga. The secret is very simple. I have already shared that with you on day 1. और कुछ है नहीं. Nothing else can give you an experience. An experience is something you own. You can recall, recollect and have that experience anytime you want. Rest is all bull crap यार. आज एक शब्द का कुछ और मतलब हो जाएगा, कल कुछ और मतलब हो जाएगा. हम देख लो तुम, हमारे टाइम पे we used to say happy and gay. Today I can't say it. It will have a completely different meaning, isn't it? तो शब्दों का तो यही है. It will keep changing. Wisdom changes, knowledge changes. Your experience is something. It is very personal to you. So that is my intent, that each one of us, if we are able to have a personal experience of our personal relationship with our breath, have a personal experience that we can recall and live at will, because that is the only thing that is going to stay with you. So this is the secret why everybody is teaching yoga, pranayam, etc. The only way to get you to experience something and own that experience. For example, I can talk at length about meetha, chini, sugar. I can describe sugar, my experience of sugar, good and bad about sugar, benefits of sugar, risk of sugar, dangers of sugar. You can know everything, you would have mugged up all the information, but you will have no experience till you put that 1 teaspoon into your mouth, or a sugar cube if you are the sugar cube type. 1 cube of sugar in your mouth, that is experience. Now you own that experience. You don't have to know the chapters on sugar, but you know what sugar is, and you have an experience that you own and you can recall, relive anytime you want. That is the intention behind teaching yoga or pranayama or dhyana or anything like that. Okay? What is popular nowadays? Everything in our world is painted, is presented in a larger than life picture. Okay? You look at people's presentations, their websites, and how they talk and how they present the whole thing. It looks like, wow, that's the place to be in. One such thing which has really become a rage, fashion, fad, is mindfulness. Okay? And mindful breathing, mindfulness this, mindfulness that, vipassana. Now if you say vipassana, see how it is. The moment you say vipassana, people say, oh, you've done that vipassana course. Arey bhaiya, vipassana is not that course. Vipassana means something totally different. That course is getting you, putting you through a process of experiencing vipassana, but there are no guarantees. It's a brand name as far as they are concerned. अब वो क्या कराते हैं मुझे नहीं पता, मैं नहीं गया वहाँ, लेकिन मैं उसकी बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. So the moment you say vipassana and people say, oh, you've done the vipassana course, I have done it 4 times. उनसे मिल लो, एक पैसे का फर्क नहीं पड़ा उनमें. वो क्या करने गए थे, क्या कर रहे थे, मुझे नहीं पता भैया. बट जो मैं सुनता हूँ उस विपश्यना कोर्स के बारे में, मुझे लगता है कोई अगर 4 दिन भी वहाँ ऐसे रह ले, उसमें तो भैया क्रांति घट जानी चाहिए. तो इन लोगों में फ़र्क ही नहीं आया तो कैसे नहीं आया. सो आई डोंट नो, आई एम नॉट इवन क्वालिफाइड टू स्पीक अबाउट इट. सो वेदर इट इज़ विपश्यना और माइंडफुलनेस और एनी ऑफ दैट, it is known to us from Buddhist source. Now I have nothing against it. But how much of Buddhism do you know anyway? Whatever is preached, whatever is practiced, whatever is promoted is all we know. Right? Now was Buddha Buddhist? No. He was part of a culture called the Vedic traditions. So why did he become Buddha? Because the traditions were already in the shambles. But all that he is teaching, all that he has taught and preached and made others to practice is a renewed version of what he already had received as a heritage, as a lineage from the Vedic traditions. In the Vedic traditions, this actually is categorized as part of everyday karma, nitya dina karma, and it is called ajapa jap. The ajapa jap is a mindfulness exercise. the scholars of this ancient tradition, they discovered that whether we like it, we don't, we are conscious, we are not, but there are lakhs of times we breathe every day. So if something can be done with this, then we can use this phenomenon that is happening all the time for greater benefit than just survival and subsistence. So the ajapa jap. Ajapa means you do not chant aloud. Jap means you chant. Ajapa jap means that chant which is not done aloud. And the mantra is very, very simple. So when you breathe in, you mentally chant so, and when you release it, you say hum. So hum. So hum. So hum. So hum. What is so hum? It's a prayer to the Paramatma. It's also a reminder to oneself. The Paramatma referred as Hamsa, the swan. I think it's a swan, yeah. Hamsa. Who will remove the milk mixed with water and purify me. Lead me to my pure state. Hamsa. And Soham actually means so am I. I am that. So it's not just a prayer to the Hamsa that you please help me remove all the impurities and let me be me. Me. It is also a reminder to oneself that that Paramatma to whom I am praying, I too am that. So the Ajapa Jap is not just mindfulness meditation. It is also a prayer and a constant reminder. Prescription wise, Ajapa Jap is done first thing in the morning or right in the morning or as soon as you can in the morning for 1 hour, half an hour, whatever. But the whole idea of doing it for half an hour, 1 hour or whatever else or whatever time you choose is different. Now I am not asking you to do it for half an hour or 1 hour. I am not. But I am introducing this so that you might form a relationship with being with yourself with Soham. Incidentally, people who have done the Art of Living course by Sri Ravi Shankar, he uses this mantra to do his Sudarshan Kriya. Worth experience. It doesn't cost you much to do that course, but the most valuable thing I received from it was the Sudarshan Kriya. Soham. Mantra hai Soham. Now how do you do Soham? You sit or lie down any which way you want. My recommendation. Okay? Experiment. I am only giving you a recommendation based on my experience. I would insist that you experiment a bit. Maybe you will find your tuning by doing it differently. I don't know. Okay? I mean, there is no one prescribed method. There is a prescribed method. You are invited to experiment and find your variation, right? So the hasta mudra that we will use for soham is बंद मुट्ठी, अंगूठा बस साइड में होना चाहिए. So what does this hand remind you of? Have you seen an infant, a small child sleeping? हिंदी में तो कहावत भी है, मुट्ठी बांध के आए थे, हाथ पसार के जाओगे. तो ये बंद मुट्ठी, हल्की मुट्ठी, ये नहीं कि आपने फिस्ट बनाया हुआ ना, हल्की ऐसे आपने बंद मुट्ठी कर ली. आप लेटे हुए हो तो आप अगर हाथ को ऐसे छोड़ दोगे ना बांध करके, इन अ फ्यू मिनट्स इफ यू चेक, यू वुड बी लाइंग डाउन लाइक अ बेबी. बंद मुट्ठी. और इस मुद्रा में अगर आप अपने सांसों को अपने आप भी चलने देंगे, यू विल फाइंड दैट इट इज बिकमिंग मोर एंड मोर रिलैक्स्ड. तो हम यहाँ अजपा जाप क्यों करें? बिकॉज इन दिस रिलैक्स्ड फॉर्म देयर इज ऑल्सो अ रिस्क. व्हाट इज दैट रिस्क? The risk is that you will find it effortless to sway with every emotion, good or the bad, positive or the negative. Like a child. So what happens with a child? एक बार ऐसा हुआ था, मैं जबलपुर जा रहा था, लास्ट मिनट की टिकट थी, तो हम लोगों को जनता क्लास में, रॉयल क्लास में ही मिला था. एक्सट्रीमली हॉट वेदर. आई मीन इट वाज सच अ सफरिंग दैट स्टैंडिंग इन द प्लेटफॉर्म वाज अ टॉर्चर. सो वी वर ऑलरेडी, यू नो, वी हैड मेड अ रिजॉल्व कि कुछ भी करके आज, वी मतलब मी एंड 2 अदर कलीग्स ऑफ माइन, आज कुछ भी कर we will have to, by hook or by crook, shift ourselves to the air conditioned compartments. So with all this discussion, we were still standing there, and there was this beggar woman passing, and she was obviously asking for alms, but in her arms were also a baby. बहुत छोटी बच्ची. उसको मैंने देखा और मैंने कहा, मतलब यू नो, हम बड़े ज्ञानी होते हैं ना, हे भगवान, हे भगवान, क्या कर्म है इसके, क्या कर्म है इस बच्ची के कि भिखारन के गोद में लेती. ये मैंने कहा ही था, मतलब दिमाग में, मन में, ये मैंने सोचा ही था कि मेरी नज़र पड़ी बच्ची पे. She was blissfully asleep. I mean, I looked at her and I knew she was in bliss. तो एक बात समझ में आई, मतलब मेरे अंदर से फिर एक आवाज उठी, बोला, ए मूर्ख, कौन नरक में है? किसके बुरे कर्म? जिसको तुम देख के ये डायलॉग मार रहे हो, शी इज इन ब्लिस, शी इज इन हेवन. वो तो तुम्हारे दिमाग की त्रुटि है कि तुम बोल रहे हो भिखारन है, ये है, ये वो है. फॉर दैट चाइल्ड इट मेक्स नो डैम डिफरेंस who she is, where she has been born, who's protecting her, who's feeding her. She has no such judgments. So she is already in heaven, in bliss. I standing in that platform and suffering the heat, like I said, I was in hell. तो ये ज्ञान व्यान. But looking at that child, I knew in surrender, this is how you will sleep. However, in surrender, the risk is the environment can change and you will sway with it. So for you to have an anchor so that you don't sway with the negative emotions, we are using the Ajapa Jap as the anchor. So with this kind of a fist, I would recommend that you put it on your lap, your palm or your hand facing upward. Okay, you can experience this actually. How you place your hand determines the ease or dis-ease with which you will breathe. For example, बिल्कुल बंद करके स्टिफ करके अगर आप सांस लोगे तो सांस भी स्टिफ होने वाली है. यहीं अगर आप हाथ ऊपर ऐसे ऐसे खोल दोगे ना, जिसको हम सुखासन बोलते हैं, क्रॉस लेग्ड आप बैठ रहे हो और आपने ऐसे हाथ ऊपर किया हुआ है, अरे आप सुख में हो. सुखासन में आते ही the moment your palms are skyward, you will experience, if you stay long enough, that it eases your breathing, makes your breathing much effortless. Okay, so this is how, and हम मुट्ठी ऐसे हल्का बंद करेंगे. और कैसे ब्रीथ करना है, आराम से नोज से ब्रीथ करो. You have learned something about breathing and how to make it easy. So look up, let it come down, close your lips, don't let your teeth come together, put your tongue where it is supposed to be, and normal breathing through your nose. Whichever nostril that is working, it's okay. Don't bother about all this. And as you breathe in, you say, you can't say, you can only chant it mentally. So, hum. So, hum. So, hum. So, we will do so hum 21 times reverse, meaning 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, like that. Not 1 to 21, but 21 to 1. Okay? So let's do it. You are going to have a difficulty. Stop. अरे आप काउंट करें कि सो हम करें यार, ये क्या चैलेंज आप बढ़ा रहे हो. So the challenge is very simply resolved. When you complete one, you change the count, or you change the count before you start the soham. Even better will be सो बोलने के बजाय आप 21 भी बोल सकते हो. हमें तो एंकर चाहिए. बाकी जो ज्ञान की बातें हैं वो तो वैसे ही हमारे साथ 4 कदम से ज़्यादा चलेंगी नहीं ना. सो हमें एंकर चाहिए, हमने वो एंकर बना लिया. ओके, सो हम ऑलराइट. सो 21 रिवर्स काउंट. स्टार्ट नाउ. Okay, stop. I'm interrupting you for the 3rd time. Another means or method of keeping your count, which probably is a better choice, the best choice yet. Visualize. हाँ, मतलब आंखें बंद की हैं आपने, आप इमेजिन कर रहे हो कि 21 लिखा हुआ है, कैसे भी कर लो. If you've seen that countdown timer, you've seen a countdown video clip, or you see a calendar which is पिक्चरों में दिखाते हैं ना कि वो कैलेंडर में से एक करके पत्ते फट रहे हैं और डेट आगे जा रही है. Any which way, whichever imagination, whichever visual suits you, do that. In fact, it is the best method. allows you to do soham also, allows you to keep a count also. Alright, so next time, अब जब शुरू करेंगे, I will not disturb you. Let us get started. So that wasn't so difficult, right? Once you get a hang of it. Oh, बीच में क्या होता है? Then you forget about visualization. Then instead of so, it becomes a number. Perfectly alright. Makes no difference. So that was the addition to the drill. So हम ना, ये जो मैं ड्रिल करा रहा हूँ, मैंने पहले भी बोला था, ये अभ्यास, अभी हम जो कर रहे हैं वो अभ्यास है. The idea is to learn and then experiment at your leisure. But the least, see, there's always an ideal thing and then there's a threshold. Okay? हमारे यहाँ threshold क्या है? The least expected. संकल्प प्राणायाम. Least expected. इससे कम नहीं चलेगा, वो है संकल्प प्राणायाम. तो दिन में आप सुबह दोपहर शाम करो, कैसे भी करो, एक समय आप निकालो संकल्प प्राणायाम करने के लिए. आप 3 करते हो, 5 करते हो, अगर 3 और 5 में अटके हुए हो तो फिर दिन में 3 दफ़ा कर लो. 3-5 से आगे बढ़ चुके हो, 11 तक पहुंच गए, अच्छी बात है. 21 तक पहुंच जाओगे, बहुत अच्छी बात है. ये आप करो, ये लीस्ट एक्सपेक्टेड है. क्योंकि क्या है ना, आवर ट्रेनिंग, सोसाइटल एजुकेशनल ट्रेनिंग compels us to do two things. One, set goals. Second, keep looking at results. Okay? Goal is about result. Result is about performance. So we are still obsessed with goals. But when it comes to self-development, personal improvement, something that doesn't concern other people, something that we want to do for ourselves out of our own initiative, nobody else's business, there also we will do exactly the same thing. Set goals, look at results, whip ourselves, try and achieve a goal. अब ये जो सिखाया गया गोल सेटिंग है ना, इसमें मुझे बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है. क्या प्रॉब्लम है? हम पहले गोल सेट करेंगे, वी विल विप आवर सेल्स, drive ourselves like an animal, like a cattle, to reach that goal. So your entire journey to the goal was a suffering, pure suffering. Then you reach that goal. If you're lucky, if you're lucky only you can reach, then why whip? You will reach that goal. Let us say you are lucky and you reach that goal, you achieved it, okay, wonderful. For a few minutes, that sense of accomplishment will be with you. A very short time later, you would have set one more bloody goal, and history repeats itself. You will start whipping yourself, telling yourself ज़्यादा खुश होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. Now you have to achieve this goal. साले भागते रहोगे क्या जीवन भर? तो इस गोल सेटिंग से मुझे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है. दौड़ते दौड़ते पहुंचना कहीं नहीं है, यकीन मान लो. कोई कहीं नहीं पहुंचता, कोई रेस नहीं जीतता, क्योंकि कोई रेस ही नहीं है। तो इस गोल सेटिंग से मुझे प्रॉब्लम है। तो मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ आपको, आई एम इन्वाइटिंग यू टू डू दिस फॉर एनीथिंग एंड एवरीथिंग दैट कंसर्न्स योर पर्सनल गोल्स दैट nobody else is bothered about. In fact, if at all people see you do something personal, it's an impediment to their lives. They are very well adjusted to you and your way of life. They don't want you to change. So if you want to change something about yourself, you want to take up a personal project, do this, what I'm suggesting. Set your goals so low. Let them be performance goals, not result goals. मतलब, my goal is to do 100 push-ups. Not today, goal है, in the future. 100 push-ups in the future, that's my goal. Okay? छोटा हम सोच नहीं सकते। वो क्या जो हाथ लग गया लार्ज, अरे लार्ज कर लो, अमृतसरी कर लो, सुपर लार्ज कर लो, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है। सो लेट अस से यू सेट अ गोल, से 100 पुशअप्स in somewhere in the future. That's my goal. Believe me, you can watch 20 videos on YouTube to try and motivate yourself. आज हो जाएगा, कल नहीं, परसों नहीं होगा, तरसों नहीं होगा। क्यों नहीं होगा? Because you are not giving sufficient time to your muscles to recover from the overdose of lactic acid. You will have to do that. You are not compassionate about yourself. उल्टा करो, गोल को इतना छोटा कर दो, इतना आसान कर दो कि अब ना करते हुए आपको शर्मिंदगी महसूस हो। मतलब, my goal is that I will do at least 1 push-up every day. अब ये ना करने में कोई आपके पास बहाना नहीं हो सकता, कोई कारण नहीं हो सकता। एक तो मरते मरते भी आदमी कर सकता है, ये पक्की बात है। सो मेक योर गोल सो स्मॉल, सो सिंपल दैट यू डू इट। वाई? बिकॉज देखते ही देखते 21 दिनों में आपको आदत पड़ जाएगी, और 1 के कब 10 हुए, 10 के 12 हुए, और 12 के 120 हुए, आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा। ओके, सो दैट्स अबाउट गोल सेटिंग। हमारा गोल सेटिंग का जो फॉर्मूला है ये थोड़ा उल्टा है। वी ओनली सेट वेरी वेरी स्मॉल, लोअर देन अचीवेबल गोल्स, एंड वी अचीव इट एवरी डे। ओके, आज के लिए बस इतना ही। कल आप लोगों से फिर मुलाकात होगी। वी हैव ऑलरेडी एडेड 1 more exercise to our drill. So we will start with the drill tomorrow and then add 1 more. We won't be adding too many, so don't get bothered or bogged down by it. There are only a few more to the drill. After that comes sadhana. अभी तो हमने कुछ साधना वाधना नहीं करी है, ये only adding, हमारे अभ्यास के लिए हमने कुछ ऐड करे हैं। उसके बाद साधना शुरू होगी। कौन कितनी तेज भागना चाहता है वो उसके ऊपर है, जिसकी जितनी खुराक है उतना खाए।